we go. We got, woo! I have brain fog for probably the first 5 minutes. Bear with me. Great boxing workout. So, welcome, TDBJ, August. Come on, come here. Come say hello. Come here. Come on up. Come here. Yes. Oh, hi, I'm Kong, a boxer. I came to help. Bye. Oh, yes. So, you guys, you can post your questions in the comments here. I will answer. I also have some questions that some people sent in if they couldn't make it live, so I can go to those as well if you don't have particular questions. Sweetie, you never come over. Come here. Do you want to see the little girl? She's actually an old lady, but nobody has to know. Let's see what we got. So right there, right-hand side, you type in your question or comment. Here's an example. This could be just a positive comment. Let me say, DJ, you are the world's best. Oh, wow, I can't even spell best right. Fitness trainer in the world. There we go. I started us off. You guys got to always make it awkward on me in the beginning, don't you? By the way, they can be questions related to the programming. They can be, you know, I hesitate to say fitness and fitness questions in general because then it just gets off track. But we got to fill the clock anyway, right? Can be summer plans, good movies, favorite TV shows, good new meal or food you recently found. Nothing, huh? Let's go to the first question I got from Trevor O'Brien. So he asked, any recommendations for things to add to improve athleticism, explosiveness on top of the TDBJ workouts? I play rec league hockey and want to maintain my speed and explosiveness as I age. So this is kind of gets to the whole thing. It's like people have a tendency to want to keep adding more. Now, the reality is in the 6 workouts you do each month that you rotate in between, each one is whole body unless specified otherwise. They all train the key movement patterns that we have to address, whatever sport you play. Lower body, hip dominant lower body, knee dominant lower body, double leg, single leg movements. We do a lot of core stuff, upper body pushing and pulling. So, you know, there's rotation, there's twisting. So there's every key pattern we train. Now these workouts are they're not designed to make you better at any particular sport. They can certainly improve athleticism, right? Because you get more conditioned, you burn fat, build muscle, improve endurance, etc. And we do have some power-based movements, but people think power is just doing something fast. Power, to train power maximally, you actually have to do very low reps, like 5 to 10 reps or less, and have 2 to 3 minutes of rest between sets. That is not going to give you guys and gals the type of workout that you're looking for, right? Because that's a performance workout. You're not going to burn a lot of calories. They tend to be 1 to 2 hour workouts because you need to do, because longer rest periods, it just takes longer to get in the number of sets you want. And you're not chasing fatigue. You're actually trying to minimize it. We're doing the exact opposite. We're trying to find a way to blend strength and cardiovascular exercise into one, because you guys have the whole thing on the site, 3 30-minute workouts a week, short on time, minimal equipment. Fitness is just a very small part of your life. It's not your whole life. So again, that's why, you know, we cover all that, and you just have to understand, like, you know, yeah, you can improve power, but not like, you know, this is not a program you do to increase your vertical jump or your 40-yard dash time, or to become a faster hockey player on the ice, right? I mean, by the way, do we do enough skater jumps? So at least you get that specificity going. And again, I'm not a hockey expert. I played hockey when I was younger, and I wasn't good. Let me just put it that way. And I never learned how to stop, so I just did circles. I would basically you see this fat kid just circling because I never knew how to stop. But one thing I could say, again, like I see a lot of high-end hockey strength coaches and players do a lot of drills on the slide board. You know, so you get to work that frontal side-to-side plane. You really hit the hip adductors and abductors and that true skater sliding. So I see a lot of that. But, you know, again, it's like, in terms of anti-aging, you're covering all aspects with this program. Because again, that's what I have in mind. You know, people that are 30 to 40 plus, busy parents and professionals, looking to get things done as quickly as possible. So, that's the best I can say to that. And again, we're never going to get specific on this site with regards to, a specific sport. I mean, I share boxing stuff now because what I'm trying to find are the low impact ways to train the brain, make things more fun and skill based, lower impact, and still get the fast twitch fiber work, to that anti-aging effect that we're looking for without having to do ridiculous amounts of plyometric jumping that can just destroy your joints. So, that's the approach. So again, I recommend, if you're really into hockey, find the best hockey strength and conditioning expert. That's definitely not me. So, but we are covering all key movement patterns. These are whole body workouts, and you're getting multiple fitness qualities, all the fitness qualities you want developed, albeit not to the extreme you would if you really focused on them in a specific way with a performance enhancement program, but you're still elevating those. So hopefully that helped. What else we got? So no one live. I see 24 people live. No one live has a question. That's fine. I'll just stop doing these if there's no questions. Everybody wins. So next one we've got on the bank here, two-part question from Fernando Peniche. I'm not sure if I'm saying that right. Sorry if I messed your name up. Sometimes I'm interrupted 20 minutes into a workout. Well, first of all, unacceptable. I mean, first of all, I have a shirt. I made a custom shirt for myself. It's called, it says, "How dare you speak to me while I'm working out?" Because I'm going to go on a rant now. Here's a great story. Some of you are trainers, so you might enjoy this one. So even if you're not a trainer, don't ever do this to a trainer, someone you want to talk to about working out. I was in LA when I was still at Men's Health on business, and I was trying to squeeze in a quick workout at the end of the day after the long cross-country flight. I'm in the middle of a set. I'm doing like chest supported reverse flies. Headphones on, trying to get like a quick 20, 30-minute workout out before a nighttime business meeting. And this guy, this up-and-coming quote-unquote trainer, comes up to me. He interrupts me, comes up to me right in my face while I'm doing the set and starts talking to me. I ignore him because I'm trying to, maybe he can't tell that I'm actually exercising right now, even though I'm in the middle of the set. And then he keeps talking, and then he kind of mimics me to take off my headphones. And I look at him like, yes. Again, I try to be nice, but the thing is, he's a trainer. He knows better. You never interrupt someone in the middle of a set. That, especially if you're a trainer, trying to squeeze in a 30-minute workout, if you're training people all day, finding time to do a 30-minute workout is almost impossible. So there's the sanctity. That's it's your personal time. If you don't do that, you can't look the way you need to look and move the way you need to move to do what you do. So anyway, he interrupts me. He says, hey, it's blah and blah. I've never heard your name before. So it's like, okay, I'm supposed to know who you are. And he goes, I just wanted to come up. I saw in your stories, because I posted in my stories I was going to the gym. He recognized the gym. So first of all, level 5 stalker predator level there. And he goes, I figured I'll never get this opportunity again. So I just want to tell you, before you leave, we have to shoot. I need to shoot some content for Men's Health. And I'm like, I know Men's Health now, they shoot with whoever's closest, and you don't even need to be a trainer to do content with them now. But at the time, at least, we had a curated process. You had to really be good at what you did. We need to at least have a little background information. Are you a serial killer? I mean, you're giving me some hints now with this predator level status. And he's like, well, I fear this is once, if I didn't do this now, I never get the opportunity. Well, actually, you cost yourself an opportunity forever because of the way you approached it. And I feel like this happens sometimes with people. You hear a story Will Smith wanted a role, and then Will Smith went to Hollywood and found this director at a restaurant and said, "You're giving me this role." Will Smith got the role, and now he's famous. The rest is history. This guy was not Will Smith. Okay, so you listen to these motivational stories. There are ways to go about seeking an opportunity. Obviously, this is a full-on rant outside of, never interrupting someone during an exercise. It's just a fatal flaw. For me, if you do that, we are done professionally. And personally, probably, but definitely professionally. And so just something to think about. He thought he was going to be able to bypass 15 years of work in building himself in the field. Just yesterday, too, this dude has 15 followers. Look, I don't give a shit about followers, but he asked me to give him a shout out for free. 15 years I've built this audience, and it's still a very humble audience in the grand spectrum of things compared to what other people have. But it took me 15 years. I've never asked anyone to shout me out or share my stuff. But I would have, would you think at least wait till you have 100 followers before you ask for a boost? 15. 384 posts. 384 posts, only 15 followers. So you don't even have 15 friends or acquaintances. That's a red flag. But again, I know we have some trainers who watch and people that are into social media and stuff. Just don't do that. But to that first question, he asked, what happens when you get interrupted? Well, if you do get interrupted, what you have to understand, you can certainly break things into sessions, but part of what happens in these workouts, there's a cumulative fatigue, right? You do the first round, oh, BJ sucks. He's lost touch. This is so easy. Second round, oh, okay, this is getting a little bit spicy. By the third round, you're in it. And then the final rounds, it's just like, am I going to die? You kind of you see God's face. You meet your maker in a way. So there is this cumulative fatigue that happens, and it requires you to do the workout continuously without stopping. So yes, it is going to change that effect from a metabolic conditioning standpoint. And part of why the lighter loads go a longer way is because there's this systemic cumulative fatigue. So if you just did, a 30-minute workout and you broke it into 3 different 10-minute segments, you get more intensity on each circuit with like full rest. Like let's say you rested 5 to 10 minutes or more between each 10-minute block. You keep the intensity level higher technically, but from a cardiovascular standpoint, you're not getting that continuous cardiac output, and you're losing some of the systemic fatigue. And working through that, you build that stamina that you'll miss. So multiple sessions a day. Here's my opinion on that. Really? Do you want it? Can you see yourself training twice a day for the rest of your life? Let's say you're retired. Even if you're retired and you're set financially and you've got a gym at home, can you see yourself training twice a day for the rest of your life? If the answer is no, then why would you do it now? I mean, that's really the whole thing. I've done some of that crazy shit before, and it's like, if I couldn't have gotten this done in one session, I was not doing that session properly, right? I was pacing, or I'm just overdoing it. And now, especially if you're over 30 and you're not taking drugs, there's just no way you're going to be able to recover from that. Now, if you're talking multiple sessions, one high intensity, one lower intensity, like you walked, or very light cardio, stretching, mobility work, you can work that in. But again, it's like another shower, right? It's another, if you don't have a home option, you got to go to the gym again. There's opportunity costs that add up with that too. So, again, this is not a muscle building site. So that's why I created a separate site and program for that called Gorilla Corn Gains, GorillaCornGains.com. Let me post that for those interested in the link here. And by the way, I'm not going to be doing, most likely will not be doing the Gorilla Corn Gains coaching program next year. But what I'm going to do is make the 1-year training plan from this past year that technically you could repeat indefinitely. There's so much variety in it. Will be available as a one-time product without any coaching or support or anything like that. That's what the current members paid for to access. So those that want to do more muscle building stuff, the more metabolic bodybuilding stuff, I just posted the link there. That will be available for 2020. So, but yeah, metabolic gains. No, I mean, you don't need to be doing anything. You don't need to be doing double sessions. Ideally, I wouldn't split them up. I find time to get the full workout in. From a pure muscle building perspective, is there a productivity loss in doing 2 shorter workouts per day? So yeah, same thing, kind of just why would you want to break them up? Just get it done. Again, this is not, we're not pro athletes. We're people. We have lives. Let's approach it that way. This is not, honestly, I don't want to track people that are trying to do crazy shit like that anymore. Because again, it's just not sustainable. So I hope that answer. Again, I'm a highly demotivating speaker. I'm like the anti Tony Robbins, but I just want to be real with you guys in the sense that, you're not going to be able to train twice a day. Why would you want to train twice a day? Play some video games, go for a walk, talk to some friends, go for coffee, do some other fun stuff. You should not be investing any more than 30 minutes or an hour tops into your fitness daily. If it's going beyond that and you're not a professional athlete and you're not getting paid, you're wasting your time. So, more dreams demoralized. Thanks to Blowjob Gaddour. So 27 now live, 0 questions. Good. Someone said, "Oh, BJ, you're the world's. You are. I didn't even. BJ, you are world's best fitness trainer of the world. Awesome. I did say I just worked out, so my brain is not firing on all cylinders. Matthew Magner. What do you top your Kodiak pancakes with? These nuts. Usually some peanut butter. There's plenty of these calorie-free syrups that are sweetened with allulose now, which is a no-calorie sweetener, natural sweetener that has no like caloric impact or blood sugar impact in the body. I like that option. I like whipped cream on top as well. I honestly, I don't have them often though. Like it's a treat. Not that it's not something you can have on a regular basis. We just don't make them that often, but it's usually 3 things. Sometimes you could like take some berries and like put it in a skillet and heat it up and make like a nice little fruit berry syrup. Cherries are good in that too. Maybe some berries and cherries, but usually whipped cream, peanut butter. And I'm trying to I use the smallest possible spoon with peanut butter now because it really adds up. So what is your favorite milk alternative to cereal? In addition to Koya, which is delicious but expensive. Yeah. This is funny too. I posted in my story the Siggy's brand, like Iceland kefir. It's a really high end yogurt, and I said cheap, but I know I was like trying to type it out quick, and I said cheap but quality protein source, and I was going to say relatively cheap, but I figured okay, people know it. It's like the most expensive yogurt, but it's still yogurt. I mean, like it's cheap compared to grass-fed steak, right? Any sort of animal protein that is meat-based. And technically, like I get 3 meals out of it. I think it's anywhere between like $6 to $8 for a carton of it. But like I get 3 meals out of it every week, which if you break down like the per meal, the dollar amount per meal, it's very affordable to me. I mean, I get just 1 carton, easy to get through the week. But I got some people saying, cheap. That shit's like $8. And I'm like, it might be the most expensive yogurt, but it's a yogurt. It's not like expensive as other protein sources, but I don't use anything else besides Koya, especially because almond milks are obviously an option, but the Koyas just taste so much better and they get more protein into the drink. And yeah, they're expensive compared to other things, but yeah, I mean, I don't have any other real suggestions there other than almond milk. Some people like hemp milk. But that stuff, it's just kind of watery. So it just doesn't taste very good. So for me, if you can add something that has additional protein in it, makes the cereal taste even better, I would do that. But then you ask, what's your take on mono and diglycerides? I'm not even sure what you're referring to there. I'll just be honest. I don't know. Anything you have on supplements or that type of stuff, go to examine.com and just type it or Google it, or again, I'm a fitness guy. I don't, I know about nutrition, but honestly, I just care less. I could care less about nutrition or supplements. Just to be honest, honestly, if I'm completely honest, I have never been less into fitness than I am today. Lots of other interests. So I like to just focus on what's essential, get it done, move on with my life, do other fun things. Another demotivating answer. This one, you want to see how long this one is? Pretty sure that's not one question. If it is, congratulations. That's the Guinness World Record for the longest question asked. Let me see here. Wow. So the gist of this, Britney Kirby is asking. Britney, I'm just, don't take it personally. We're just having fun here. No one else is asking questions, so I've got to find a way to spread these out. And I'm making fun of you as part of that. But is there okay to do TDBJ and a traditional weightlifting muscle gain split? You can use this however you want. We've outlined a schedule. It's very simple. It works. It's undefeated for sustainability. People always want to seem to add more. Not people, but the people who have questions always want to seem to add more. Everybody else enjoys it and uses it or doesn't. Again, you do what you got to do with it. But this is not designed to be done with other things. It's designed to be like your fitness program. If you want to create for yourself a customized way of incorporating it, that's fine. You want to do some heavy lifting first and then follow with one of these whole body Metcon workouts, and you like it, you can do it. Longer, more challenging, whatever. I mean, again, I don't care what you do as long as you find a consistent approach that works for you and you enjoy it enough to stay with it. Because again, none of this shit is fun. It's I've never been like, oh, I like to box, but I've never been like, I can't wait to do an ass kicking Metcon, or I can't wait to do one of these Gorilla Corn Gains workouts that, like, honestly, only 50 people in the world are doing right now. You know, there's like, I've, out of all the outlets I have, like hundreds of thousands of people, you know, there's only 50 people willing to train that way, like I do, because it's so fucking hard. It's brutal. And it's not fun. It's results-based stuff. So, but if you really want to keep adding more, do whatever you'd like. I'm not going to encourage you to do that because that's not sustainable. You mentioned focus more on working out less, correct? But for those of us who tend to more is more approach, yeah, more is always a bad idea. I've never seen someone have success with more is more. I mean, it's the dumbest thing to say. And you know what's so funny? I was early on in my career, I was at a fitness conference. The keynote speaker, his whole thesis, his whole thing during the presentation was moderation is for cowards and losers. But we know in the history of the world and life, those who find balance are the happiest and the most successful, and they find the most longevity. His whole thing, like, anybody who has light beer or diet soda is a fucking loser. Literally, he says this. Some of you don't even know who this clown is. He's like this total snake oil salesman. You know, this old dude that whatever, keynote speaker, and he's stressing like be as extreme as possible, and you know, so obviously it's easy to think, oh, I'm not where I want to be physically, mentally, emotionally, financially, because I'm not working hard enough, and rarely is that the case. Usually it's a mix of opportunity, luck, whether the work you're doing is smart or efficient enough. So, you know, these are just things that don't do more is more. Find a way to make, you know, less more, and then make whatever you do the most time efficient, effective stuff you do, period. So, yeah, I mean, more is more is just a terrible approach, and especially with training. Like, when you take that approach, it's going to age you. Like, people don't realize this. It ages your face. You get wrinkle lines all over your face. Like, when you train a lot and you use exertion, you do a lot of this, and you end up fucks up your face. You get too lean, it can fuck with your face. You start to look really old at even a young age. Even though you're fit in your body, your face looks old. Wears down your joints. It can completely just burn you out outside of the gym. So more is a terrible idea. Would it be better to combine a TDBJ at the end of a strength and power session and then take the rest of the day in between, or alternate a Metcon? Okay, so in that case, we do know that after about 40 minutes, there are extreme diminishing returns to a session, unless like a lot of the session is warming up and there are big rest periods. Like a traditional session, you know, after 40 minutes are diminishing returns. So in that case, it'd be better to do it on a separate day. So if you want like heavy lift, TDBJ, Metcon, you know, alternate that way, that would be better than doing like a long 30 to 40 minute whatever, and then adding another 20 to 30 minutes of this on top of it. That's just like, I would do that if I hated myself. I used to hate myself because I would do stuff like that, and I don't know how I would get through it. But then I was a moody, irritable son of a bitch the rest of the day because I cashed in all of my resources into a stupid workout. I mean, so especially like if it wasn't even helping me and it was actually just hindering my recovery, God, that was dumb. So, yeah, that answers that question. Would the strength session need to be shorter to compensate for the metabolic training? Like I said, anything after about 40 minutes, you want to shut it down. Like our Gorilla Corn Gains workouts are 40 minutes all in. You have the option of doing whatever warm-up you want on top of it, but and there's some conditioning you can add either after the workout or do it on a different day, but generally no more than an hour. After that point, I mean, it's just, unless like it's an extreme difference, like if there was like a lot of like high rest skill work, and then you did some like heavy muscle damage type of training or metabolic style stuff. But yeah. And lastly, is there any room for traditional cardio and or boxing training? Well, we're getting all the cardio, and there's even boxing and, you know, several of the workouts each month now. So you're getting the cardiovascular effect. That's the whole thing of Metcon. We combine strength and cardio. So you're getting all of that you don't need to add any more of that. How does an enthusiastic, possibly overachieving person find a way to do the best of each training approach? You can't. You can't be the best at everything. You can't. If you want to be the best at one thing, you've got to dedicate your life to it. If you want to be well-rounded, then you take more of a general fitness approach, which is what these workouts are. They're not designed to make you the strongest or the most powerful or the leanest or the most muscular, but all in, you're going to be pretty athletic. You'll be lean. You'll have function. You'll have longevity, mobility. So, no, you can't have it all. It's not possible. Michael Jordan couldn't even have it all. He could only do it in basketball. He tried it in baseball. He got better. But, I mean, people, they put hours and hours a day into being a good baseball player and not even the best, one of the best athletes of all time. I will say, though, a good documentary on 30-30 is Jordan Rides the Bus. And any like objective experts were saying he was getting actually pretty solid. And he had played when he was younger too. But again, like still, he wasn't going to be, the best baseball player in the world ever. That was not in the cards. Just wasn't enough time for that. He put too much time into basketball instead of baseball. So, or do we have to pick one? P.S. Please do not say we have to pick one. I'm not saying you have to pick one, but to get the best of each approach, I don't know, man. It's a real, you're killing me, Smalls. I'm really enjoying this content. I finally feel I found someone who really targets and understands what many of us are focused on, are looking for. Well, maybe not. That's the thing too. Like, this is my approach. You can modify and use it as you want, but there might be someone else that you find that cares more about doing all this stuff. Again, like for me, it's about how can I make this the smallest part of your life, but allow you to get the biggest return from it. Others want to try to find a way to keep adding and adding and adding and making you do more and more and more. If you prefer that approach, you're just not going to, at this point in my life, you're not going to get that from me. Maybe like 10 years ago when I was kind of so into it that I lost perspective that there was this life to live and there's more things that are important than fitness. But I'm not that dude anymore. So if you want someone that's going to find a way to make you excellent at everything you can do athletically, I am not that guy. But if you're looking for a way to get the shortest investment of time and get the biggest return from fitness, at thedailybj.com, that's what we do. So hopefully that helps. Those are the 4 questions I had from people that couldn't attend. And I see no questions from anybody else that's been on for 27 minutes and 52 seconds. So this is your final call for any final questions. Last call. It's a G0, by the way. It's not regular Gatorade. I go through like 4 of these minimum in my workouts. So much sweat. All right, guys. I see no questions. Have a beautiful rest of your month. Good workouts coming for September. And you can post any questions you have about each workout in the comments underneath each video. I try to answer them within 24 hours. Have a great rest of the summer. A couple recommendations to finish. Some good shows to check out. Mindhunter on Netflix. Excellent. Basically profiles the FBI's creation of a profiler unit for serial killers. It wasn't even a term back then. They coined it. Awesome. Just awesome show. The second season just came out. We watched it, the whole second season over the weekend. Watching Barry on HBO. That's excellent. Succession on HBO was excellent. Lots of good shows. We watched The Boys on Amazon Prime. Excellent. So good shows to watch. No questions. All right, guys. Love you. Peace.